Hello everybody, Mr. Rawlings here. We're back with Contradiction. It's now 8 PM, or just gone. So we're talking to Paul. He's a very lovely chap. Let's see what he's got to say for himself.
How well did you know Kate?
Hardly knew her at all.
Of course you
met her
didn't.
A few times. But the course, that's about all.
You hit on her, didn't you?
Last time you saw her?
Let's put the captions on.
Last Friday. I just popped out of the course and about 7.
Did you speak to her then?
It's possible.
And how did she seem? Was she
Possible.
happy,
You did or you
sad,
didn't?
preoccupied?
She was drunk.
Alright. That's what everyone says. I bet she wasn't. I bet she was never drunk. I bet it's all an elaborate lie.
Do you know if Kate had lost
she probably was
this?
drunk.
It's her driving licence.
How would I know that?
You didn't see it lying around anywhere?
No.
To be fair, if they did, they'd probably pick it up and hand it in to someone. Unless obviously they're the killer, but then they'd probably hide it, wouldn't they? So it's a bit of a stupid question, really.
Did you know anything about Simon Thompson's bike?
No.
Yeah, why would he?
Have you seen this before?
Looks familiar. Where did you find it?
It was, in the woods.
Presumably had something to do with Kate or a killer.
Well, that's what I'm trying to establish.
Yeah,
Shouldn't it
could
be in an
either.
evidence bag, Inspector, in case of contamination?
I didn't have one
Fingerprints
with me,
all over it.
unfortunately.
Well,
That's quite
Don't go
bad.
testing it for DNA, will you?
No.
It's got yours all over it.
Yeah. Rookie error.
What do you know about this?
It's a freedom necklace. It's a symbol we use sometimes on the course. Little bird in cage flying away. Freeing themselves from their past is the analogy.
So do they get them when they join the course or something?
No, not as a rule. I think I bought one once as a present.
Oh, not for Kate, by any chance?
No, not for Kate. I can't really remember who it was for. A birthday present, maybe for one of the students.
Which student?
I've no idea.
I have no idea. I'm incredibly drunk.
Ever tried Simon's homebrew? Simon Thompson?
No, I haven't. I wouldn't touch anything that has had Simon's fingers in it.
Pardon? So you wouldn't go near his girlfriend then? Ray. Sex
What do you
mask.
know about this?
Looks like a mask.
You don't recognize it?
Not particularly. Looks like a monarch mask.
What's a monarch mask?
Monarch is fancy dress outfitters. Ryan goes there sometimes.
Really? Oh, very really.
What did you hear about an argument in the pub last Friday?
I didn't go to the pub last Friday.
You
Alright,
didn't hear
quick.
anything about an argument in the pub?
Should I have?
No, that's fine.
God, he's proper eyeballing me.
Could you tell me a bit about this?
Had it designed by an agency
Not a very good one.
When was that?
last year.
Was that when you started the business?
I could design
Yes,
one
I
better than that.
suppose so.
I'll do it for cheaper than what they quoted.
Have you ever seen one of these before?
I believe it's a scrying mirror.
How come they
pagan
all
thing.
know what that is?
Ever used one?
Why would I use a scrying mirror?
So you have no interest at all in this sort of thing?
No,
Does the Atlas course use them at all?
not at all. Strange question.
Is it though? I'm not sure it is actually.
How well did you know Liam?
Liam who?
Liam, who took his life.
Oh. Well, as far as I remember, he was a good student, confident, outgoing.
You didn't notice any problems?
I believe he had problems at home.
Were you there when he died?
Yes.
And afterwards? You didn't see him after the meeting?
No.
What was Liam like that night?
No. Apart from being drunk, or possibly because of that, he seemed perfectly happy.
They all
He
seem
was
to be
drunk.
drunk, don't
Well, I
they?
assume the bottle in his hand contained whiskey and not lemonade.
Lots of similarities to
Yeah.
Kate, don't you think? Drinking, depression, is that normal for the students?
People come into the Atlas course for quick solutions to their problems. And when they don't get them as quickly as they might have liked, sometimes their impatience gets the better of them.
I don't think that's a very good explanation as to why two people have killed themselves at the same course.
Know what this is, by any chance?
I've no idea. Gardening isn't my kind of thing. Rebecca would probably know. I presume you've met Rebecca.
Yes,
I'm sure she'd enjoy telling you what it is. She's the kind of woman who likes to feel superior. Would probably marry a millionaire and then decide to run her own.
Yes, why was that?
Well, she isn't exactly housewife material. She likes to be in control, like Ryan. Shame, isn't it, that I'm in control of both of them?
God, he's proper mental.
Have you ever heard of Salvia divinorum, or magic mint?
Sounds like it might be a drug.
It's a hallucinogenic plant. Legal, as a matter of fact.
I'm not a drug taker, Inspector. I have no enthusiasm for voluntarily poisoning your brain.
And you've never seen anyone on the course taking it?
Well, if someone had, they wouldn't have done it openly. We don't allow drugs or alcohol on our course. We like to tell the students that success is the best drug. Whether you buy into that, of course, is another matter.
If I did this, would it mean anything to you?
I presume you've seen an Atlas student doing that.
Ah, so this is an Atlas thing.
Well, it wasn't exactly our idea. The students started doing it spontaneously to show commitment to the cause. Cute, really.
Oh, so
Which
cute.
student did you see doing that?
I'm not sure, but he was carving it into a tree. I told him to stop.
Did you really? Why?
Defacing public property.
Oh God, nice kickle.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. What's the punishment for that kind of thing nowadays? Prison sentence?
Oh, it's usually a fine.
All right. What about defiling public liberty? Does that carry a fine too?
Oddly enough, the student in question argued a similar point. Is that something you encourage on the Atlas course?
We encourage people who put ideas first and moral anachronisms second. The problem with the law, Inspector, is that it's out of date.
Well, I suppose that's a matter of opinion. However, you still respect it.
Respect it. I abide by it. We all play by the book, Inspector, but that's only because of the threat of possible incarceration.
Alright, so nothing to do with like morals or being a nice person, you just do it to avoid going to jail. Much like a Christian does it to avoid going to hell, but that's another matter. Maybe that's not a devil sign, maybe because he said it was all cute. Maybe they're being bunny rabbits. Little bunny ears. Yeah, maybe.
Can you tell me a little about the Atlas phrase, free to be free?
Where did you hear that?
I was talking to one of your students.
It's a little phrase we conjured up to summarize our objectives.
What is your objective, if you don't mind me asking?
Mine, or do you mean the course's objective?
On the course.
The objective of the course is to free people from bondage. We teach that most people are crippled by their past, by guilt, their attitudes, their beliefs, all that kind of nonsense.
Guilt
Nonsense.
cripples people.
Feeling guilty in business is like a meat eater feeling guilty in an abattoir. Guilt comes from the archaic emotional centers of the brain. It's a vestige of our animal ancestry, that's all. In business, you heed it at your peril. I'm sorry, Inspector, my house appears to be haunted. Would you mind closing the door?
So,
Bloody ghosts.
you believe that guilt has no place in business?
None at all. I have few beliefs, Inspector, but that's one of them.
And what if you have done something wrong?
Well, that's the whole point. Guilt has nothing to do with it.
Interesting opinion.
Yeah, potentially a wrong one, but there you go.
What do you know about this?
So you've been graced with Goebbels' company already, have you? James, our local minister for propaganda. I suppose Ryan already told you about our actual previous incarnation.
He explained, yes.
Did he tell you anything scandalous?
Not unless you count the suicide.
Oh. These things happen.
Was it your idea?
The suicide?
Third eye.
Yeah, I suppose it was. As my son had started to atrophy, I decided I ought to give him something to do.
And third eye was the same as Atlas, teaching business skills.
Very similar.
So Liam's death didn't prompt you to make any changes?
There was nothing we could do about Liam's death, Inspector, any more than we could do anything about Kate's. It was out of our control.
You can't blame me for wondering, Paul. 2 student deaths in 2 years.
It's called a coincidence, Inspector. I expect they ate fast food also. But you're not investigating all the local chippies, are you?
I wonder if there's any obvious contradictions here. Maybe there's a contradiction in the story I just haven't seen. Aha.
Go on, Jenks. Surprise me.
Chief, lots of new information for you.
Oh, hang on. Let me sit down. Go on.
You know that cult I was telling you about? Well, it turns out it was Atlas all along. They were the same thing.
You don't say.
And the student... How did you know that?
It was pretty obvious, Jenks.
Right. Well, the student who died last year, Liam, was a student there. They had to change their name after he died and were forced into an out-of-court settlement with the family.
Dodgy bunch.
Also, I met Paul Rand, finally. He's worse than Ryan, doesn't give a straight answer to anything.
What did he say about Liam?
Not much, other than that he was drinking throughout the course.
So we've got 2 heavy drinkers and 2 suicides in 2 years. They must be proud. Push him some more. See what you can get out of him.
Right.
Bye.
Thanks, Chief.
Right, so obviously I need to speak to him. Oh, wrong place. Go, stop it, stop! You're going the wrong way. You silly boy. Let's go and try and find out what we
A
missed.
few more questions, if you don't mind.
I'm not sure what the contradiction is though. No, that's stupid. That's stupid. I don't know. You knew you had problems, and why did the Oh, hang on. Been drinking all night at the seminar, but it doesn't allow Drugs or alcohol on the site. Doesn't make sense.
Aha. So if you don't allow drink or drugs onto the site, why did you allow Liam to drink whiskey all night?
Well, we did give him various warnings. Did try to stop him, but didn't work.
But you let him stay on the course?
Yeah, well, we couldn't throw him out. This isn't a primary school, Inspector. We're not the police. We can't enforce these rules. If they pay their fees, they're entitled to stay on the course.
And what if they want to
Get
take
rid of him if you
drugs?
want to.
As long as they do it with discretion, frankly, I don't care if they want to wipe or inject paint stripper all over their faces.
That doesn't make any
Do you
sense.
store any alcohol at Atlas?
No.
Is there a kitchen?
Why, do you want to go down there and check?
Well, obviously you wouldn't mind if what you're saying is true.
Of course I wouldn't mind. It's past the lavatories down the corridor, but you won't find any drugs in there or alcohol.
Whether I find alcohol at Atlas or not, it probably isn't particularly relevant. But it's worth a look anyway.
Maybe we'll find something else, eh?
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Like a dead body from someone else. I don't know. Probably not. Teleportation device engage.
So the kitchen must be down the corridor there, if what Paul said is true.
Let's have a little look then. Loads of mugs. Yeah, really fun. What's in there? What's in there? Oh. Oh, hello.
Interesting.
XXX.
Well, there's a TV right there with a DVD player. I don't think anyone will mind if I have a quick look at this.
XXX, eh? Oh, no. What I want to do is I want to do that. What is this? What's going on? Someone's coat being robbed. Why would they film this? Ah, it's a wallet or a purse. The purse had a little bow on it, so I presume it's a girl's purse, not a wallet.
Well, that was odd. Looked like someone pickpocketing, but why make a video of it?
How many people go to this course? It sounds packed. There's no one in the village to go.
Freedom, true freedom, means freedom from many vices that society had traditionally believed to be virtues. Self-criticism, self-doubt, guilt. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not virtues. These are sins. Born of a fake morality implanted deep within our minds and collective consciousness by governments and religions through the ages with the sole purpose of preventing the masses, stopping us from achieving the same success, happiness and freedom enjoyed by those at the very pinnacle of society. I'm going to show you that common morality is nothing more than the cynical creation of an elite desperate to stay in power. An elite hell-bent on preventing you from reaching your full potential by making you feel guilty for pursuing success. But the good news is that you can take back control. You can become the success you deserve to be. Atlas will give you a unique and powerful advantage. life in all its technicolor glory can be yours. All that you have to do is to stay, embrace it, enjoy it, and learn to love your ambition. Welcome to Atlas.
Okey-dokey. I presume it'd be the same DVD if I do that, so there's no point. That was a little bit strange, wasn't it? Is there anyone in the reading room now that is 8?
Let yourself go.
Ah, what the hell? Yeah, we don't use those masks at all, do they?
Feel your soul lifting.
That's a bit odd.
Then wait for the moment to break free. Then break free. Excellent, Hannah.
Well,
Cloud
Could you come back later, please?
what's going on here?
Please, leave.
Sorry, Ryan, there's a few more questions I have to ask you yet, and time's ticking by.
Leave.
Okay.
What bizarre thing to happen. Oh, no, should I actually go back and... Oh, what's going on? Okay. What have I found? Oh, broken chain. What was that then, anyway? Ah, that must be his garage or his car, one or the other. A bit of a big block for the car, I would have thought, but we'll see. Oop. Garage here. That was handy. Just randomly walk in someone's garage. Oh, the band!
So, those are Ryan's guitars, kept in a garage. Not really the best place to keep them.
Are they part of the band then, maybe? No, probably not, no. What's the relevance of that?
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Does Ryan play the guitar?
Ryan? Ryan couldn't get a tune out of a radio. He's tone deaf.
Okay, so he's never tried to go professional.
If he did try, it was never going to happen.
He's really nice about his son.
Seen this before?
The writing looks familiar, but no.
What can you tell me about doll burning at Atlas?
Not very much. It's one of Ryan's ideas. My son is under the illusion that he's a genius.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Let's see if anyone else knows about these things. Has anyone eaten at the restaurant yet? Must be.
A few more questions, please. Thank you. Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry. Ask Ryan.
Oh, I will, don't worry.
What do you know about doll burning at Atlas?
Only that it's part of the course. I'm not entirely sure what they're for, but I made dozens for him.
You made them.
Oh, Ryan can't make anything. He's practically dyspraxic.
She made the dolls. Very interesting.
Does Ryan play the guitar?
He tries. He does keep wasting money on them, though. I think he believes if he buys the right one, he'll suddenly turn into Jimi Hendrix. It's sad, really. I just let him play in his room. As long as he plays in there, I don't mind.
That's very kind of you.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Anyone at the restaurant yet? No. No. They're going to eat their meal very late on a Friday, aren't they? Let's go and speak to these two chuckleheads.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Have you seen this before?
No? Don't think so.
What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning, I think was something that they did on the course. Simon mentioned it.
Oh, they didn't do that when you were there?
No.
What do you know about Ryan's guitar collection?
I know he plays, because he tried to buy one off me.
Do you play?
I used to. I used to be in a band, but I was a singer as well, so I got away with it.
Singer as well?
Yeah, I used to sing in a band every night. But sometimes it was in a pub, but usually at Rebecca's.
Same band.
What was that called?
It was called Blackstone.
Yeah.
And this guy from a record company once came to see us, and he said the band was rubbish, but that I was good. So after that, I don't think they liked me much, and then we broke up after college.
Can't hide talent. Thank you. Probably be back later. Have you seen this before?
No. No, sorry.
What do you know about doll burning?
Not on the course. It's a ritual thing. It's getting rid of things that you don't need. Throw it into the fire.
And that's a good thing.
You don't sound so
Well, yeah,
sure.
it helps you getting rid of things you don't need, so you can move on and
Sounds
take
more like
control
voodoo
again.
stuff to me.
So what are the masks for?
They're just to help you get into the right frame of mind. Just get you into the zone, you know, help with the trance.
A trance?
Trance?
Yeah. It's like self-hypnosis. We do it on the course sometimes. It's just to help you get into the right frame of mind, you know.
So you hypnotize yourself? How do you do that?
Just stare into a mirror and chant something, you know, just say the same thing over and over again. Or you could just close your eyes and put yourself into a trance. Some people can do that.
And that's safe?
Well, yeah. Hypnosis doesn't work the way that most people think it does. You can't just be hypnotized if you don't want to be hypnotized. But you can learn to hypnotize yourself.
What did you say it was called? Autohypnosis?
Self-hypnosis, auto-hypnosis, same thing, really.
I think Simon was a bit too quick to play down the role of auto-hypnosis on the course.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask around about this. What do you know about Ryan's guitar collection?
Not a whole lot. I know he brought a guitar to one of the groups once, at the end of one of the stages. That's the only time I've seen him with a guitar.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Do you know what auto-hypnosis is?
It's some type of self-hypnosis, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you ever tried it?
Where do you get the term
No, I
auto
haven't.
from? No one said that.
But I think Kate was into it. She learned it from when she went to Atlas.
And what did she tell you about it?
Not a lot, really. I think it helped her. I think she used it as a sort of self-meditation.
Interesting.
That's all for the moment. Thank you. Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. Do you know
anything about hypnosis used on the Atlas course?
Are you sure you mean hypnosis or the power of persuasion?
What's the difference?
Not a lot. But if you want someone to do something, it's usually easier to ask nicely.
Atlas used persuasion techniques.
Well, don't all businesses use it, Inspector? Ever heard of advertising?
Alright, cocky.
Do you know
I'll
anything?
do that.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
See you later. Toodle pip. Bye. What the hell? Oi, it's my hat. Or whatever. Coat. Oh, he stole something off me, didn't he?
The DVD! That's all they took. It must have been deliberate. Someone clearly wanted that back. Nice and helpful of them to leave a piece of evidence behind, though.
More look. The mask shop. It's the same guy that was carving into the tree. How dare he? Oh, is that where I want to go? Oh, he's gone. Can I not speak to him now for a bit then? Because he's busy doing that other thing. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Is anyone down here yet? Having a tea? No. Okay, fair enough. No.
Ask about a few more things, please. Do you know the shop? Have you used it?
No, but I know where it is.
Tell me then, please. Oh, didn't actually tell me where it is.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Probably be back later. Seen this? You know the shop?
Yeah, I know the shop. I hired something from them last year, I think.
This for a party, I assume.
Yeah, something like that.
He doesn't really want to say what
that's
it
it
was
for the time being, thank you.
Interesting. Don't worry, Paul, we're coming back to speak to you in a minute, buddy. You miserable old git.
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Have you seen this before, anywhere?
Well, I know the shop, a costume shop just outside the village.
Ever used it?
Not personally, but I think Ryan might have.
Thank you. Probably be back later. A few more questions, please. Can you tell me more about the auto-hypnosis techniques used on the course?
We don't use hypnosis on the course.
Not at all.
Not anymore.
So, how was it used?
Hypnosis is probably the wrong word, Inspector. It's nothing to do with the trances or things like that. It was meant to force... to help students.
Did you force them?
You can't
Use the
force
force
anybody
look.
into being hypnotized. You have to want to be hypnotized. It's not something out of your control. You can't be hurt or damaged in any way by hypnosis.
So you've never put
Maybe not
pressure
by
on
itself.
students
What about
to
with
enter into
hallucinogens?
hypnosis?
It would be impossible to do so.
Yeah. Would it though?
Have you seen this before?
No, I don't think so.
You don't recognize the shop?
No.
Is there someone else who works at Atlas? Someone who may have been there tonight?
No. There's a cleaner. Comes at strange times, but then He's a strange boy. Work experience.
As a cleaner.
Well, we did try him in accounts, but didn't work out.
Why was that? He's stealing everything.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Has to say. Can't speak to Ryan at the moment. He's too busy with his weirdo cult people. Nothing. Oh yes, there is. Yes.
Yes, Jenks.
Sir, I've been assaulted. Mugged.
What did they take? The hat?
No! A DVD I found, sir.
Was it a dodgy one?
I don't think so, sir, but obviously someone wanted it back. Put a bag over my head.
What did they do that for?
I've no idea. It's quite disorienting, actually.
Did you keep the bag?
Yes.
Right, we'll find out where it came from. Someone must know about it.
All right, Chief. I'll call later.
Yeah,
Can't
we know where
wait.
it comes from. It comes from that shop. What? That wasn't very useful. I wonder if James knows anything about it. I spoke to him for ages. That's why James forgot you existed, buddy.
I'll ask you a couple more things, please. What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning? What sort of doll burning?
What, there are different
doesn't
types?
mean anything to you.
Should it?
No, that's okay. Ever heard of autohypnosis, James? Self-hypnosis.
Yeah?
And what do you know about it?
It's another name for scrying. Some people call it autohypnosis, I call it scrying.
Right. So you're saying scrying
You
is
mentioned
just
looking into a mirror, didn't he?
self-hypnosis?
Simon did.
Scrying? You can scry on anything, I don't use a mirror. I can scry watching the clouds. Maybe the water on a lake in the moonlight.
And when you're watching the water, what happens? You go into a trance.
You lose yourself in your unconscious. You go deeper and deeper, you swim around. Try not to go too deep, because if you go too deep you start drowning. Then you get dragged down to the bottom. As long as you stay swimming, come to the surface again. Then you wake up and see the world as it really is. A journey to a place people talk about but no one's ever seen. You're thinking about Kate, aren't you?
What makes you say that?
She bought a mirror. Sold her one last year.
Was she into using mirrors like that?
No idea. But she bought one.
Right.
Where is this place?
Seen this anywhere before?
Nope.
Oh. Wasn't very helpful.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Interesting. Not sure who to talk to. Any tips for me? Should call the chief again. There are also 4 things you haven't asked Ryan about. I can't speak to him. Where is Ryan? Ryan wasn't there, was he? I don't think you can talk to him yet. Personally. Let's speak to the chief.
Go on, Jenks, what do you know?
Not much really, sir, except I've discovered Ryan plays the guitar.
I thought you were going to tell me something useful.
Well, I found out Emma was in a band too.
What with Rand?
No, don't think so. Not sure, actually.
Well, why don't you find out and ring me back when you've got something useful to tell me, yeah?
Yes, Chief.
Sorry.
Chief.
Bye-bye.
I don't usually call you unless I think I have to, but the tips told me to, so I blame the tips. I don't usually look at the tips.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Ah.
Do you visit Monarch Costumes a lot?
No, I used to go in there occasionally. Why?
But you do know the shop.
Yes, of course I do.
You see, Paul, I thought you said you didn't know where this bag was from.
Well, maybe I do.
This was used to put over my head, Paul, by a mugger. Would you like to tell me something?
Are you suggesting that I had something to do with your mugging?
Did you?
You really ask the most ridiculous questions. Of course I didn't.
So why did you lie about the shop?
Well, I didn't have anything to do with your mugging, Inspector, but I might know of somebody who did.
Go on.
Did Ryan mention Jason to you, the cleaner? Unfortunately, Ryan at some point told Jason that the DVD mustn't be removed from the site. So, when he saw you take it, he simply thought that he was doing us a favour by getting it back. He isn't exactly what you'd call one of Darwin's best examples.
So what's on the DVD that's so special?
All right, it was something I did myself, a little stunt I pulled to amuse the students.
What kind of stunt?
I pretended to steal from the students. I emphasize the word pretended. The students knew all about it afterwards. Everything was above board.
Steal from students? Why?
We were doing a piece about pushing the limit, so I decided I would show them how it was done. Oh, don't look so serious, Inspector. I returned everybody's things immediately afterwards. No harm done.
And when was this?
Last year sometime.
At Third Eye or Atlas?
Third Eye, I think.
And this was before or after Liam died?
Well, since you'll probably find out anyway, it happened to be on the night that Liam died, as it happens. Before you ask, no, I didn't steal from him.
Do you think it's a good idea to encourage students to steal, Paul?
I wasn't encouraging students to steal. Policemen are so literal. Life is shades of grey, Inspector. Much as the Force might like it, it doesn't divide neatly into blacks and whites. Now, if you don't mind, you'd have to excuse me for a moment. You know where the door is.
Alright then, see you later. You swine.
I see he was quick enough to claim he didn't steal from Liam. What kind of stunt was that anyway? And Liam dying later the same night? It's just all a bit too suspicious. Ask about a few more things, please. What do you know about Paul Rand?
Paul the Slime.
You've obviously met him then.
Yes, I have.
What do you know about him committing a fake theft during one of the courses?
What, about him going through people's bags? Yeah, he tried that thing on me as well, weirdo.
So you were at Third Eye?
Yes. Yes, I went there for a few months after college and I left because I hated it. And I didn't know Atlas was the same thing. And I went with Simon.
Does Simon know that?
No. I didn't want to burst his bubble, so I didn't say anything.
So he doesn't know you went to Third Eye?
No.
Ah! So is that where you met Ryan as well?
Yep.
Right. What didn't you like about the course?
Well, it was stupid. They just made you do things to other people and be abusive just to prove that you could, and I absolutely hated it.
What sort of things?
Oh, just stupid things. Nasty things to prove that you could do it. It was about not feeling guilty. And it was horrible. That's why I left.
And is Simon doing all of this stuff now?
No, I think they had to stop because it was just getting ridiculous. I think somebody got arrested or something.
Very interesting.
Really? Who was that then?
Thank you. Probably be back later.
What do you know about Paul stealing money from students? Part of a stunt or something?
What, did he do that? I've never heard about anything like that. No, it might be part of the risk-taking thing, though.
Explain that.
Well, it's part of the course. You have to do something dangerous or risky, something you wouldn't normally do.
Something dangerous?
Well, not dangerous, just risky. Like saying something you wouldn't normally say to someone, or doing something unusual.
Like stealing from other students?
Well, we didn't do anything like that, but you have to tell everyone at the end of the course anyway. And you're not allowed to do anything that would hurt or offend anyone, or you're not allowed to do anything really bad. It's all pretend, really.
It seems a bit odd for a business course.
It works, though.
Does it? How has it worked exactly? How exactly has it worked?
What do you know about...
It's the wrong button.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
So is that what she meant when she was saying she bars people?
Couple more questions, if that's okay. Did you know about Paul's money stealing at Atlas?
Are you talking about a particular incident or just in general?
It's something he did on the course. Stunt.
And what did he do exactly?
Oh, well, he pretended to steal from the students.
That doesn't ring a bell. Paul's stunts usually involve throwing fancy dress parties with scantily clad girls or women dressed as nurses. That's his usual fetish.
When was the last party he threw?
Sometime in the summer. I didn't stay long.
Did you know about...
Why do I keep
Thank
pressing
you.
that button?
Probably be back later. Aha.
I thought I did that earlier.
That band you sang in,
It's
Blackstone. Who else was in the band?
Just a few people from college.
Including Liam?
Yeah.
Why did you say you didn't know him?
No, it's not that. I just thought you meant that I didn't know about his suicide.
Did you?
No, I was away on holiday.
When he died?
Yeah, I only knew him through the band.
She definitely knows more than she's saying. She was in a band with Liam, but didn't know about his problem. I'm not sure I believe you, Emma.
I don't believe you, Emma. Get out of here, you rascal.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Wonder if there's a call to be made. Bring, bring. Come on. Yes.
Got something useful to tell me, Jenks?
Chief, I found out that Emma was in a band with Liam, the student who died last year.
What does she know about Liam?
Not much. She wasn't there when he died.
Well, make sure she wasn't. Find out who was there that night. Work out what night it was. Make sure Paul Rand wasn't involved. And my other phone's ringing. Call me back, Jenks.
Righto, Chief.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
He pulled the stunt the same day that Liam killed himself, and she knew about it. She was there. How could that be possible, Emma?
Aha. So, you witnessed Paul's money-stealing stunt, is that right?
Yes.
But you weren't there when Liam died.
No.
Don't quite understand that, you see, because Paul pulled the stunt on the same night. Liam died later that evening.
I must have got mixed up.
So you
just
don't
quit
know
the
anything
lies,
about
girl.
Liam's death, even though you were there on that night.
No.
Emma. I think
Spill
you
the
better
beans,
explain,
love.
don't you?
Spill the beans.
It was the stupid course, wasn't it?
Go on.
Well, we were all told to do stupid things, and then that thieving thing happened, and so...
Take a breath, Emma.
Yeah, chill out.
Liam killed himself because of me.
Oh. Dear.
Why?
Liam had a birthmark on the side of his face. And no one would mention anything, even though we all knew it was there.
Who cares? It's only a birthmark.
And they all thought it was ugly.
Oh, it's harsh.
So I thought I'd say something, and I even asked Paul if it was okay to say it.
And what did he say?
He said he wouldn't mind. Then Liam killed himself. Liam's dead because of me.
Oh dear.
Well, Emma, I'm quite sure you regret what you said, but I really don't think you caused Liam's death.
No.
There's always more to these things than meets the eye. It wasn't your fault.
We can't tell Simon, please.
Simon doesn't need to know. Don't worry.
There's lots of things she doesn't want Simon to know, isn't there? Silly girl. Oh, it's 9 PM. It's getting late out there, kids. Almost time for my bed.
Clock. Poor Emma. I suppose it's possible that what she said led to Liam's death, but I really doubt it. I blame the Rands before I blame her.
Yes. I think they're glad she was going to say it. Let's find out what they've got to say about it next time. Please like, please subscribe. Call me a prick in the comments if you want. Bye bye.